A lot of people seem to think that supports in League of Legends can't really carry, and there's the concept of if you play support and if whatever elo you are, that means you got carried. So say you're a gold support main, they're like, well, you got carried to gold. Or if you're plat or diamond, they'll say the same thing. And these people are absolutely retarded. They don't understand the concept of support. They think you're just there to basically stand behind your ADC and not do anything. But that couldn't be any less true, especially when it comes to healer supports. People seem to think that they can't do a whole lot other than sit back and just heal the ADC, but if you're playing your support correctly, you can actually carry your ADC in lane and carry the whole game. So here, right when we get in the lane, I immediately start throwing out auto attacks. You especially want to do this whenever the enemy support is melee and you're a ranged support, because depending on what spell they have, so for this example, it's Nautilus. So I know he just has a hook, so if he goes in for a hook, I have a guaranteed Q I can land for the kill, and we can just out-trade them that way. So all I'm doing is going in for auto attacks, and if I go in for an auto attack on Ashe, she has a choice. Either run away, get auto attacked, or auto attack me back. In this case, she's always choosing to auto attack me, so whenever she does, we trade auto attacks and I hit her with a Q. So I'm getting a heal, hitting her with her spell and an auto attack, and she's just hitting me with an auto attack. Then, if they choose to engage, like what you saw there, I can just throw down my E, and I spaced it out to be at the back of Nautilus. And since I put it at the back of Nautilus, this gives us way more options and it puts them in a bad spot. Because where I put it, if Ashe chose to get up and fight to the death, she would have gotten snared and perma-silenced. If Nautilus chose to fight to the death, he'd be perma-silenced and snared. So all Nautilus could do is try to run away before he got snared, or just stand there and die. Like, we just put him in a really bad spot. You're just about spacing your spells and constantly throwing down auto attacks and abusing the enemies, like what you see here, auto attack Q, and you want to throw down your Q right as they start their auto attack animation. It's really quite simple. Let's go back over it in slow-mo this time. I'm going to slow-mo the important parts. Here I start the trade with a Q and then an auto attack. Of course I wait till Ashe went to auto attack a minion and then I Q'd, so that way I knew I could land it. Here I trade another auto attack. Ashe is running away. I go in for a Q and almost clip her. It was close, but I am pushing her away and establishing dominance. Nautilus comes in, I auto attack. Ashe comes in to start her W. I land a Q and auto attack. And bear in mind, every time I go in for a trade, Ashe's spells cost more than mine. So just by the nature of me trading, I'm automatically winning because my spells heal me and her spells cost more mana. There, she went in to hit a minion. So the very moment, if you watch that, the very moment she goes to auto attack the minion, I drop my Q. Notice how I'm staying really close to my minions. I'm standing slightly behind them, but close enough to where I can harass them. Ashe comes in to hit me again. She takes another Q to the face. She's burning through her mana, and I do have more health than her. I trade an auto attack. I am level 2 now, so I'm stepping way up, and I know Nautilus doesn't have his hook. I took my silence since we are really far ahead and we don't need my heal right now. I'm pushing her away, pushing her away. The moment where she feels like I'm going to start to run away, she turns around to auto attack, but instead I drop my Q and she just runs into it. And look how I'm pathing back and forth, waiting to decide what I'm going to do based off of how they react. Ashe comes forward to get some harass and takes a severe Q to the face. As she turns to run, I hit her with an auto attack. Notice how every time Ashe hits me, I'm making her pay with an auto attack or a Q. Nautilus comes in. This is important. I could choose to flash right now, panic, but instead I just auto attack. I drop my E slightly behind Nautilus to where if he wants to run away, he's going to have to walk around all the way around the edge of it near Sever. Or if he doesn't know what to do, doesn't see it, or freaks out, he's going to get snared like what you saw there. He got perm silence, perma snared, and I also put it close enough to Ashe to where if Ashe were to walk all the way up and they were going to try to fight to the death, she would have gotten perma silence and perma snared. So like you saw there, was just great placement of my silence and just overall good of me not to panic, waste my exhaust, or flash. Here Ashe does a good trade. She W's, auto attacks, auto attacks. I fucked it up by using my Q too late like you saw there. The moment she started her W animation, I should have just dropped it, but I waited. This is important. We pushed lane, we're sieging the turret. Notice how I'm still doing stuff. I'm using my Q and harassing them, getting more health back. The mistake I made there was the moment I used my Q, I should have backed up, so as it was falling out of the sky, I would have been out of range of the turret. But this is what I do here. I drop another Q, and the moment I activated it, I walked away so I'd be out of the turret aggro range. So even though I damaged him under the turret, my Q takes time to fall to the air. Here I throw an auto attack at Sever like you saw there and ran away, harassing her. Nautilus goes in on my ADC, auto attack, Q, and I drop my silence. Now if they want to fight to the death, we're going to win since we're higher in health, so I drop it behind them. Now they're both going to get snared. Ashe walks a little bit out of it so she doesn't get snared. I start throwing down auto attacks in my Q. Notice how I'm watching my pacing so I'm not taking turret shots. Nor me or Sever took turret shots even though we are killing them under turret. Ashe uses her heal, steps forward, tries to fight me. I'm still auto attacking and queuing her. I'm not scared because they've already used their heal and I have my exhaust up. Nidalee is here as well. I hit level 3 and immediately upgrade my W so I have it. I level it up. Heal Nidalee, keep auto attacking, dropping Qs, and we pick up some free kills. Unfortunately, Nidalee does die because she spazzed out. She should have just sat back and thrown spears and we could have poked them down pretty easily, especially since I'm Soraka. But like you saw there, the whole time I was constantly mixing in auto attacks and Qs. I'm not just sitting back letting my AD carry do the work. If you watch that whole clip, Sever was assisting me, but for the most part, I was doing most of the poking. And as I poke, I'm establishing dominance in lane, and I'm also making it much easier for my AD carry to farm for free. She doesn't have to waste her mana as much. She's going to have more health. She's going to have more CS. And in general, the bot lane is just going to, the enemy bot lane is just going to be behind if you play it right, like what you saw there. We just kept pushing them away, taking good trades, auto attack Qs. And also, so like I said, whenever they go in to start an auto attack animation, that's a good time to use your Q, because the auto attack animation does have a small delay, because as they start their auto attack, there's a small delay, so you can drop your Q out of the sky if you put it directly on them. And even if they move directly after their auto attack, they're still going to get hit by it because it's going to come down too quick. And so as that happens, you can just instantly throw in an auto attack. At this point, they're panicked because they usually try to dodge the Q, so you can usually get off a Q and an auto attack, and they would only hit you with one auto attack, so you just automatically win free trades. So now I am back in lane. I do have to be a little bit careful since Sever isn't here yet, so I'm not really stepping up to throw out Qs. I'm just doing it smart, playing it safe, and I'm just going to wait till Sever gets back. So we're coming back into lane. Ashe is salty. She immediately goes up to auto attack me, so the moment she starts her auto attack, I Q and auto attack. So she used W from her mana and auto attack. So I got hit by a spell and an auto attack, and she got hit by a spell and an auto attack, except the difference is she's spending more mana than I am. And even if you are support, try not to tab out too much, because like what you saw there, I just had my tab open looking at my teammates' items and stuff, and it caused me to get pulled, and I took a few auto attacks and an Ashe W, and it brought me pretty low. But as long as you keep landing your Qs whenever Nautilus or the enemy support goes up to use their support item, especially when they're melee support, or if you harass AD carry every time they go up to auto attack, you should get your health back enough just by landing your Qs. Another thing you can do on Soraka is bait fights really hard. If someone's low on health, you can instantly heal them with your ult, and if they're lower than 40% health, your ult will do 50% more healing. So here, Cass tries to kill me, I ult myself, and Sever heals me, and she ends up getting herself boned and killed, and we end up picking a dragon off of it. The moral of the story, guys, is you can carry support, you can apply a lot of pressure and make the game a lot easier for your team. If I was being a very shitty support, I would have just sat back. It would have just been a farm lane, and it would have gone into the mid game with us being on equal terms, except they would have had a tank support and we would have had a squishy healer support. But the difference is we ended up with a fed healer support and a fed ADC, and they just have an underfed tank support and an underfed ADC. Of course, this video is primarily for Soraka and how to use Soraka in lane and bullying the enemies and how to apply the pressure properly. But if you have a support, you need to figure out which matchups you can dominate, which enemy supports you can pressure, and which ones not to do it to. For example, Soraka against Karma at level 1, you can't do much because she has her ultimate and her Q and she can way out damage you. But once you're level 2 and 3, then you can start picking up the harass because you can out heal her and out sustain and do a little bit more damage. If you guys enjoyed this video or think any of the things I said are relevant and you agree with them, drop me a like and also leave a comment of which support you would like to see me play aggressively or played properly in lane. Also check out my AD Blitzcrank support video, it's pretty sick. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.
Yeah.